So these are all the reasons why we have such a hard time being healthy these days. All these habits that aren't good for us, that are just totally socially acceptable, and everyone's doing them. So it seems normal. But the truth is, you have to make an effort to be healthy these days. And it's also really hard to know what's healthy and what isn't healthy because there's so much conflicting information out there. Some people say coffee is healthy and wine is healthy. Some people say it isn't. So, what do you believe? And so that's why it's necessary now more than ever to have health coaches who can show you what you need to do to be healthy for your body. It's really important to have this personalized advice. You can't just go read something on the internet and say, okay, they say that this is healthy. That's not necessarily healthy. And I talked about this in a previous episode too about how like intermittent fasting and cold water plunging, all of these things are supposed to be healthy, but they're not necessarily good for someone who isn't sleeping well. So it always depends on the person and their situation. So it really helps to know what's best for you and your body and your lifestyle. So again, like I said before, you don't need to do all of these things at once, but pick one thing to focus on to start, or pick your top three and plan on focusing on those of the things that I talked about today. I love this quote by Gretchen Rubin. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. So it's our habits that we do every day is going to have the greatest effect on our health. If you go to the gym once a month, if you avoid gluten once a month, like that's not going to help you get better. So it's really important that what you're doing on a daily basis, that's going to have the biggest difference. So sometimes it's these really small changes that can add up. Like, can you commit to going out to eat once a week instead of 5 times or whatever it is? That can make a really big difference. And I also want to add that optimal health, it isn't a destination. It's actually something you have to maintain. It's kind of like training a dog. So I remember when I was in college, my mom got a yellow lab and her name was Maggie. The dog's name was Maggie. And she sent Maggie away to get trained by someone. And Maggie came home a few months later and she did not stay trained because my mom wasn't trained in how to keep her trained, right? Like you can't teach a dog to sit and always expect them to do it for no reward. So, I know with my dog Bongo now that we keep giving him treats for him doing the things that we want him to do. Otherwise, he has no motivation to sit and come and all the things that we ask him to do. So it's the same with our health. It's really, you have to keep maintaining it. You also can't do my program and make a lot of changes and get better and then go back to your old lifestyle if it was pretty unhealthy. You're not going to stay healthy if you do that. So, um, yeah, so if this is something you want to work on to get help with your sleep, you can book a consultation. I will have the link in the show notes. You can find out more about how my team and I at the Complete Sleep Solution can help you restore your health so that you can sleep normally. All right, now I want to answer a listener question. Which I do every week. And if you have a question, you can email me, martha@thecompletesleepsolution.com. I'd love to answer your question. Deborah asked about insomnia and autoimmunity and how they're connected. And this is how I see it. If you have autoimmunity, we know that your body isn't healthy. You're having this abnormal immune response, and something is really wrong there if that's happening. And this can come from autoimmunity has many different possible causes. It can be from pathogens in the gut, it can be from heavy metals, it can be from food sensitivities. There's like any kind of stress, too much stress in the body can lead to autoimmunity. And so it's the same with insomnia, right? And so, really, the key for both of these things is to restore your health. That's how you can't cure autoimmunity necessarily. I say that in quotes, but you can get into remission. Like I technically have Hashimoto's. I have antibodies against my thyroid. I don't have any symptoms of thyroid imbalance anymore. So that is totally possible as well. All right, join me next week. I'm going to talk about pain and sleep with Dr. Alyssa Wolf. So, if pain is something that's keeping you awake at night, this is definitely an episode you don't want to miss. And otherwise, have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks for listening.